And so, as you guys know, it is day 329 of evolving into a new you, Starseed. Y'all know what the thing is, the deal is, the whole thing, blah, 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 blah. All right, so let's get straight into something, because yesterday was an interesting time, and we're going to have to fix everything that happened that day, because, yeah. So yesterday, I took it upon myself to, what did I do? Actually, I just was chilling, sitting in the house, cleansing out my space. After my birthday had passed on the 22nd and I realized who did and who did not call me, I started to make cord cuts in my energy. Like, okay, well, if you didn't call me on the day where I was born, even if I didn't call you, most people knew what I was going through and was understanding. But the ones who did call, I'm just like, okay, bet. So anyone who didn't call just pretty much got a spiritual block, put them on a spiritual block list. To see that my ex still somehow came through and called was strange, but I already knew what it was, because energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transferred. But I never minded it. They're like, oh, I was thinking about you. I'm like, okay, more like happy belated birthday, you mean? He's like, oh, yeah, no wonder I couldn't stop thinking about you. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, it's not that deep. Whatever, bye. Like, So then I went on with the rest of my day. Business as usual, just watched a few videos, just hung out in my kitchen, just did what I did. Cook food, you know. This person then calls like, I want to sleep with you tonight. I'm like, sure, why not? Whatever. Like, and I just finished actually singing a song. I put together a whole entire song. I was like, oh my God, brand new song. So this is gonna be really great. Like the G Herbo Went Legit song. I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to remake this. I'm about to make a she mix of this. Like, this is gonna be lit. So as I'm making the sheet mix and putting everything together, my son, he hears it. And then I start singing. I'm like, hold on, I need to hit this note the right way. And I just kept practicing until I could hit the note the right way. Not to annoy my neighbors or anything, but just like, I had to hit the note. I had to hit the note because I'm training myself. I don't have anybody to give me singing lessons. Of course, you go on YouTube here and there, but I had to go ahead and put that work in for me. And the more and more I did it, I was like really getting comfortable with it, to the point where I even recorded it on my laptop. I recorded it on my phone and it started to sound good. As soon as I finished that, I guess this person assumed that I was singing to them. And I'm not going to lie, they crossed my mind because of what the song is saying, but I wasn't legitimately singing to this person. It's just, uh, it's natural for the human body to remember trauma and go backwards and remember things, like have a point of reference. That's how we remember our ABCs, our 1, 2, 3s, and everything else. The lesson in this is, if you make a soul cut or attempt to make a soul tie cut, and you stand on business, you say, hey, I just realized we're not meant to be together like that. What we're talking about here, we're on day 329 of evolving into a starseed. We're talking about the spiritual journey of realizing that we are just energy, going through our spiritual rebirths and ego deaths and things of this sort, so that we can get to a point of, feeling comfortable and regaining and reclaiming our power, so that we can establish boundaries with things that do not serve us and only serve the things that do empower and enlighten and enforce us to have stronger life force. So I appreciate you asking that question to help me really specify what we're talking about on this channel and what we've been talking about all year. But just simply, highlighting the spiritual journey and how when you don't look at it in a scary way, you don't get afraid of the spiritual journey, you're able to actually like own your spiritual journey. Because there's a point in your spiritual journey where you get into God mode. No, we're not going to say we're God, right? But we get into God mode where we start to be able to manifest from our higher self, because it's like, okay, well, this is the experience I want to experience. What if I wanted to experience this experience? What do I do? Like a person who is a singer, artist, rapper, or whatever, what do? They make music all hours of the day. They have a studio in their house. So I'm like, I got my microphone, I got my laptop. I got my studio, I got my laptop. I'm going to go ahead and just make my music, So with that being said, I did that. I did just that. I did it. What is your favorite song? My favorite song is my music. It's called Inspiration. It's on my first EP. It's my favorite song out of all my songs, honestly. It's my first song I ever recorded in a studio. It's just my favorite song. So I love that song. But like I said, I was making a brand new song last night because I'm like, you know, getting out of an old relationship, just really looking at all the memes and seeing how they relate to my personal. I'll show you in a little bit. Let me go ahead and play the song for you. I'll show you. But it's inspiration says, you are charming inspiration to my dynasty. So baby boy, won't you go and climb on top of me? Basically, like understanding how love with the right person can inspire you to build, right? Not love with the wrong person will cause you to be on a revenge seeking hiatus where you're going to show them better than you could tell them, but more so like, okay, the love that you gave me can help me, like inspire me to build my dynasty. So, you know, climb up there and be my man, my man, my man, my man, not embarrass me and make me look dumb. And when I was singing and having fun last night, it kind of disturbed me because this person, you know, even though they want to climb on top of me and be a masculine entity in my life, the thing he said was, won't you just stay underneath a rock? Just stay underneath a rock. You're already under a rock. Just stay underneath a rock and shut up and be quiet. And I'm just like, what? That's not what I need in my life as a man, you know? So just because a person can be a masculine entity or energy in your life doesn't mean that they're the man for you, because it was like, yeah, stay under a rock. You're underneath a rock already. Just stay under there. It's like every time I go up and I go viral and I get on top of my platform and I get on top of me, which, you know, I deserve my platform, which is why it was given to me. Anyone putting a little block in the area or in the way, trying to stop it on purpose, is a fucking clown. Like literally going up that far to try to like put a block there was crazy. Like, I can see you, you know? Thankfully, I have different platforms that I could work from, so I can see. But it just was like really like baffling to me that this person would do something like that. All right, I'm about to put it on right now. Just let me finish brushing down my hair. What's up, lady? What's up, love? All right, let's put the song on real quick. This is my favorite song from my album. What's my first album? Oh, it's right here. What's up, love bug? Hope y'all having a good day today so far. I hope y'all have a great day for the rest of the day as well. You a charming inspiration to my dynasty. So baby boy, won't you go and climb on top of me? Sound like an opera when you come and make my chocolate sing. Be like Kalani and Cardi, you make me ring. Ain't been together, but you still give me deja vu. So when my line buzz, you know I'm coming straight to you. Remember them days when I couldn't get a hold of you? Now you got me thinking, damn, should I say I do? But when them times get hard, can I still run to you? Or you gonna claim me running with a new boo? If she fuck you good, you gonna let her with my coupe and have her slurping on your dick like some good soup? These are them questions that I'm going to need some answers to. And if you got it, baby, I'ma hold it down for you. When they try to turn me on, I only think of you. It's on the real deal, tight like some super glue. Sometimes I just need to hear you say you got me. I look back and let you smack and then I call you Poppy. You my king, babe, I love the way you rock my body. Then I get on top and ride it like a Maserati. She call me Poppy, we go rounds like this. She want me deep stroke in that coochie wet slicing up. She want that meat in her throat like Shawty eating salami. She like me choking her up, she purple just like she bond. Don't care, she suck me up anywhere. Up in the back, up in the room, I got her legs up in the air. I'm trying to eat, I need a spoon, I need some space, give me some room. I am a star and you a moon, it's like a movie coming soon. There's another artist from the area that I'm from. He's from the DC area. His name's D-Lo. Really cool guy. It's funny because when I went to the studio, I was like, you gonna get my song? He was like, I'm only gonna get on the song. It didn't happen. Everything he said in the song was a lie. It didn't happen. We didn't do that. We was just in there. Okay. But yeah. Hold on. So hold on. Because I'm like, who's up here making a mess? All right. I appreciate you saying that. I'm excited because, how do I put this? I'm learning that regardless of what happened, like, I don't want to put my hands on nobody, right? But last night, when that person called me, after me being so creative and singing and doing all that, it kind of took the luster out of the situation. It's like, dang, like, and they was like, I just want to come lay with you. I'm like, that's cool. But like, then when it turned and went into like me starting to feel my shoulders feeling some kind of way, and I'm just like, because it's never me that's actually trying to hurt nobody. I'm always just trying to mind my business. Like, my thing is, if I start to feel attacked, I just push you away. I don't like try to slice you up and stab you. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna push you out of my energy right now because your energy feels heavy. I need to really analyze what's going on with me right now. I don't want to confuse what you got going on with what I got going on. So just watch out right quick and let me solve my problem. So when I got that phone call last night, I was literally making, like, I'm gonna show y'all what I was doing last night before I got the phone call. That's why I'm trying to bring this up on my phone. Ugh. Baby, can you hear my call? Is it not enough? I don't wanna fall, but I need you. I can't do it on my own. So I was really starting to learn how to like have a rasp in my voice while singing, like going and modeling my voice after the voice from the song, and went legit, right? Because I was going to do a she mix. I was like, let me just go ahead and redo the vocals myself. And in thinking that, making a decision I thought made the most sense, um, I actually kind of achieved it, and I was like really excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, hey, I kind of got it. So I started recording that song, and then that's when the person called and was like, yeah, but don't be on top, like stay underneath a platform, which I don't understand, because I'm like, if you see what I'm doing musically and for myself, why would you want me to stay under a platform if you genuinely care about me as a person? But his thing is, I want my girl to myself. And I'm like, that sounds ridiculous to me, because everyone knows that nobody belongs to them. Like, once you get spiritual, you understand, like, there ain't no such thing as you belong to yourself. Like we're all omnipresent in here. So it's like, huh? There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. That's what I try to mind my business, but unfortunately, I'm just associated by connection. I can't help who my siblings are. I can't help who I used to date. Can't help who I had a kid by. I never chose this weird life of whatever this fake ass celebrity wars BS is. Now, the crazier part about all this is, right? You would think the person that you would be associated with would want to see you win, especially after you've invested so much time and energy into them winning. But then on this journey of evolving, you learn that sometimes when growth happens, you split apart from someone you've spent a lot of time with. And it's nothing personal, it's just truly professional. And it's what's supposed to happen due to the fact that it's time for you to grow as a human being, you know? And your views on things are no longer just focused on the things that that person's focused on. Like they said, stay underneath a rock, or like you're under a rock right now. Like I'm not under a rock, I'm on top of a rock. Like the fact that someone keeps trying to put like the wool over my eyes and the wool over my son's head and the wool over my house and just like blocking the ability to reach for the stars. It really it drives me insane because it's like, how could you call yourself a person that wants to help and give opportunities, but you only want to make them come through you? That's not a real leader. It gives more like domination, tyrant. Okay, we're just gonna do that. Make it simple and easy. Because I don't know. Anyway, back to the main topic though. So outside of that aspect of what I was going through yesterday, I came to a point where I started to talk on platforms about things that actually matter in the world. Hey, I hope you're having a great day. I'm new to the live. I'd like to get a better idea of your morals. Could you please provide your profession, body count, and your religion? Thank you very much. My body count is nobody's business, actually, because I don't ask you how many different countries you've gone to and how many different plates of food you've tasted. So that, quite frankly, is none of your business. However, I am employed as a licensed cosmetologist. I'm opening up my own salon space December the 12th. So I expect everyone in the DMV to come through and come get your hair done, get your braids done, and enjoy that festivity. I'll be working alongside one of my partners. So I'm excited to do that. That's going to be amazing to have you guys coming in. And actually, I'm going to be giving women opportunities to work. So there will be no lackluster when it comes to me having the ability to, you know, offer jobs. It's just a matter of if anybody wants to also join. And I do provide training as well with being one of my employees. So whatever you want to learn as far as hairstyling, you can learn through me. I'll be right back. Also, when it comes to my religion, I respect all religions. So it doesn't matter if you're Christian, Buddhist, atheist, whatever you experience, whatever you learned, whatever you express, however you believe, I'm firmly a believer of it because I understand everyone's having a different experience because that's the whole point of life. You know, every single diamond has a bunch of different shapes and sides and shades. So I can't get mad at the left side of the diamond for not seeing things like the right side of the diamond, you know? Just like when we in politics, we have the bird, the right wing and the left wing, like same bird, different wing, same diamond, different perspective. So you're part of the same body, but it's just like a different perspective. And you know, it sucks that the person that I spend so much of my time with doesn't have the same perspective as me. But at the same time, you know, I respect everybody's religion. I don't care what you believe in, because that's your perspective. Some people believe that they should be praying and to swastikas and annihilating people. I understand that through their perspective, they have a different understanding of the world. I'm not saying, hey, I'm going to completely like join them and sync with them and, you know, but at the end of the day, we all are humans having different experiences. And if you understand religion, that's mainly the thing that is teaching you the most anyway, is that everybody has a different perspective. So you have to just learn to respect everybody's perspective. And once you get to that point in life, you're able to really grow and build and do different things, right? Like most companies are owned by some kind of religious hate group, right? Because Christians hate this people over here, uh, KKK hate black people, every Jewish people hate these groups of people. Every single job that you work for, you sign a contract with quote unquote the devil, because there's groups of people that actually hate other people that create these jobs, construction workers, things of the sort. You're working for corporations that hate people. So even when you're signing those contracts with those business people, you're still signing a contract of consent to work with someone who is a religious hate group. So I can't really sit here and say that I'm picking one or the other. I just see everybody's perspective and I respect it. But me, whatever brings me peace. So, you know, if I gotta, like, Buddhism says there's no such thing as right and wrong or light and dark. It's called balance. You got to protect yourself. A lion's going to bite the shit out of another lion, even its own husband, if it tries to fuck up its cub. Or a lion got to go hunt for hyenas. It's got to eat. It's necessary evils in the world. So I respect when, if someone comes against me, I have to defend myself, and vice versa. If I come against somebody, I'm not mad at them for defending themselves. It just sucks that they couldn't see from my perspective and work with me, and we could have just ate together. You kind of look like Tyra Banks. I usually get chilly, but my hair is not black right now, so I understand and I respect that. And Tyra definitely had cut. I think she kept like eyebrows, so I get that too. I wonder why I can't get this front part of this eyebrow to ever act right. Whatever. So I learned to respect everybody, but when it comes to my morals, there's this whole entire thing about how the government's defunding financial aid for like nursing and things like that. I find that very strange that people are upset about that, because I propose the idea, well, if we all know that they're defunding us funding for getting education on certain things, why don't the people who actually already know these things teach these crafts? And someone's like, well, what does that mean? Well, for the nurses, as soon as you get out of high school, you know you want to be a nurse and you have the passion for it and you're still young and vibrant, right? Still young and vibrant when you still can actually offer something to the field and you're still teachable and you're not trying to get hardened in your ways. It makes sense for the hospitals to just take up these 17 and 18-year-olds and teach them right on the forefront how to work the job, along with being a lawyer, teaching you right on the forefront how to work that job. It avoids the whole entire 300,000 plus dollars of college debt that you try to achieve just to get a bachelor's and bachelor's and doctorates. Yes, it'd be nice to have those titles in front of you, but it's just a bunch of money that you spent for a piece of paper. Unless, of course, you got a full ride scholarship, which is beautiful. But full ride scholarship means you're like, you sold into that system pretty much. Like everybody in that shit has access to you, and that's not how nursing works today. But again, there was a point in time where we didn't even use money to exchange goods. So things always change. And that's why we also had that conversation. So capitalism and imperialism, that was introduced at one point. You need to have an understanding of the science. No, there's no science. There's absolutely no science. Simply this: if you want someone to work a job, you should teach them how to work the job. Teaching them to go to college and locking in with all these different other people, clouding their memory and clouding their judgment and clouding their wave, versus just putting them straight into the space where they can grow, make those relationships, and be exclusive to this particular department. And then based on their achievements there, can be seen by other departments and then you know, hey, we want that person. They started being a nurse at your office and I'm hearing so many good things about them, so many accolades. We actually want to seek out, and you become a sought out name because you grow in an entity instead of going through what everybody else went through. Even lawyers, Instead of going through college, go straight to a law firm and start to study the cases that they have on file. Study them, watch them be lawyers, see what they do, study their movements, study their gestures. Getting right on the forefront and learning is so much more simple than college. And then not funding people to get the education. And now people are in fear. See, the one thing about the actual world that we live in, excuse me one second, hold on. Okay. The one thing about the world that we actually live in is that we don't actually have to do any of the stuff that they tell us we have to do. The one thing about the world that we actually live in is, let's think about this real quick. There's really no such thing as money. The one thing that people really control in America is your fear and your emotions. See, if I tell you there's no funding for education that you want, you're now in fear and you feel lack. Your vibration now drops and now you're afraid and you're more susceptible. You're more susceptible to attacks. You're more susceptible to people wanting to lower your vibration. Either you're going to hear what I'm saying or you're going to keep trying to tell me what I'm saying. I'm telling you what I'm saying. You can be quiet and you can listen, or I'll just mute you because you're distracting everyone else. You don't just blurt out in class and keep saying, what are you trying to say? I'm telling you what I'm saying. I'm telling you that instead of people spending money on college, they need to be put directly in the field. If the government suggested they're going to take away funding, just straight up make funnels, programs that funnel students directly into these organizations where the actual hospitals can teach on the job. So you know that as a hospital, every November through December, you're going to get a new lineup of employees. Or actually, no, let's do post summer, the first few months after summer. September through October, you're going to be getting new employees. So you are already ready. You have extra room. And you basically have, instead of people having to go to college and then doing their residency, you have them do their residency right after high school. And then that's when people teach them how to do the blood transfusions, take blood, x-ray, right on the job. You just have someone pretty much the same way that we do in middle school. You have somebody shadow somebody for the day. They have a doctor that they shadow every single day and just watch what they do every day. Right? So what I'm suggesting through my proposition to the United States is if you're going to take away the funding, then make these programs. And you don't have to fund any money into it. It literally doesn't cost any money to say, you know what, Holy Cross, instead of having residencies come out of these particular colleges, how about you have residencies come out of whatever high school that you can do 500 students or 200 students every year can get funneled into your organization. Make sure they have a doctor to shadow every day. Why is that not viable? You don't have any reason as to why that's not viable. If I graduate from high school and I want to be a nurse, and then I'm told I can do my residency at the hospital, I start spending the night at the hospital. I shadow my doctor. I shadow whoever's supposed to be the person I shadow. I learn how to take blood. I learn how to do x-rays. Whatever they do throughout the day, I learn how to do what they do. They go home, I go back and I do my residency at the hospital. You're investing your time and your energy directly to the hospital. So there's not a whole entire paper trail of colleges and other people that you've invested your time and energy into. And by the time you get there, you're not burnt out. You do all your dissections. All they do is dissect cats and learn body parts. Again, you learn all that too on the job by watching the doctor do it, because obviously you need to be doing exactly what the person who actually has the job does anyways, right? You're getting hired to do that job. So if you're following the best person at the office to do the job and you're giving them your direct fresh energy to do it, they're now motivated to get the job done more efficiently, more effectively. You as a young person, you're so engaged because you're learning something new. It's so much more viable than people going to college, getting drained, becoming unimpressed, getting tired. Now they have debt. Now they have all these other things. They're stressed out. They barely want to work the job and they're only doing it for the money. See, what I'm talking about is people doing it for passion. Because when you do it for passion, you're not out here chasing a check. And when you're chasing a check, the issue is hold on one second, because who and what is this that's throwing my solar plexus off? It's really throwing me off. Like, Oh, God. They're not practicing on patients. They're shadowing someone who's doing the work. They don't touch anything. They just watch and ask questions all day. What are you talking about? Anyway, I'm just going to mute you because you clearly are not picking up anything that I'm saying. You're just trying to say a bunch of shit that no one cares about. Like, anyway, because you're being negative. Again, and this is what I'm talking about. Like how this random person's coming on here trolling. The government is trolling us by allowing us to feel like, oh, we don't have funding. What do we want to do? There's already a shortage of nurses. It puts you up in an emotional spiral where you're no longer able to focus your energy directly in front of you and say, okay, we don't have nurses, we don't have funding, but what we do have is people who want to be nurses. What we do have is people who love their job. So the people who love their job, how about you have some new people come shadow you every September through October, do a new residency every year, and boom, here we have it, people learning on the job directly from the professionals doing the job, and that takes out a whole bunch of chaos. And then we start doing that with all jobs. Doctors, lawyers, IT technicians. Like, take the whole entire college stuff out of the program, out of the. All you do is pay thousands of dollars to get a piece of paper that says, you have to call me Dr. Roberts. I'm a BSNR and right. You fuck your title, bitch. You just spent a bunch of money to be around a bunch of people that made you feel strong, that got the same kind of ideas as you, that stand behind you when you say whatever you say. So you just pretty much purchased a entourage. That's really what it is. Because you can learn all that on the ground. I could learn if I directly got the chance to shadow Beyonce for 6 months. I would know how to sing better, dance better, perform better. I'd have confidence. I'd know how to channel out certain stuff. I'd know how to have a regimen. I could shadow Beyonce for 6 months and be damn near Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Versus me trying to learn how to do music, watching YouTube videos, getting all these other connections that don't matter. It might be people trying to gatekeep me, not, and then the other people they're watching, they're like, oh no, she's getting too close. Let's knock her back down. All that stupid ass competition. Like, if we genuinely want to see people grow in this world, the goal is to just simply have them under your wing and teach them how to be you and have them shadow you. So like even my ex, I'm like, you're a content creator. Why don't you just start learning little boys that want to make content and just have them join your team? Like, hey, y'all want to make content? Y'all see me? Oh yeah, we want to make content like you. Okay, so then come be a part of my videos and watch what I do. And they'll just study you. But thing is, people who are already at the top don't want to be studied. That's the problem. That's really what it is. People at the top, well, I'm the best and you can't study my techniques because if you study my techniques, then you're going to be better than me. No, that's kind of the whole entire point. Why are you in a profession where you want to gatekeep information? So then you don't really love your job because you understand through the love of your job how important your job is to express and expand that to so many more people, right? Expand that opportunity to be like you to more people. So for me, what I see moving forward is people learning that if you really love what you do, you have no problem with teaching it. And then once you teach it, you just become a part of an immaculate conception of ideas and technology and lessons and things of the sort. It's really that simple. But a lot of people get scared of becoming professionals. A lot of people get scared of people touching their coattails. They rather ride your coattails and suck off energy from people that you know versus just allowing things to just naturally grow and glow. It's like people will see the potential in someone like me and just keep trying to gatekeep me. Like, oh no, we got to make it harder for her because it's gonna be too easy. Because like when I was in school to be a school bus driver, like I was breezing through the test. I'm like, so what I got to do? I'm done with my test. I'm the first person done with my test 100% like score every single time. Because the way my memory was set up. That's just how my brain functioned back then. They did everything in their power to tear me down, slow me down. Like My mom was like, "Oh, you got to make your son go back to school, and yeah, because you're using him, and that's not fair, and that's not right. Y'all hacking the system." I'm like, if my son don't want to go to school, and him not having a clouded mind because we share, a lot of the same mental capacity, gives me a clearer mind, and I'm able to be more efficient in my job. What's the problem? So she forced my son to go back to school. They started doing all kinds of experiments on him, studying him, tearing him down. Basically, what I'm saying is I've studied what happens when you put someone directly in the field. When I took my son out of school and I had him working with me doing hair, I was able to do hair so fast, get through my appointments. Everyone felt serviced. There was no issue. I didn't feel like I was depleted of energy, drained of energy. People weren't attacking my solar plexus or nothing like that. He learned how to protect himself as a kid. So that's why my son has the intelligence of a grown man, because he watched how grown men would defend themselves and how they would operate while I did hair. And they would even show him things. People from like different sororities and fraternities would show him things. Omega Psi Phi, things like that. That people would come in and show him stuff. Nurses, he would learn from them how to operate as a child, as a 10-year-old, as an 11-year-old. So if he was able to pick up that kind of information back then at a 10 and 11, that most adults learn through colleges and school and investing hundreds and thousands of dollars into the system, it just shows how neuroplasticity is a real thing. And when you truly direct a person towards what they're meant to do versus trying to train them up and confuse them about all these other different informations just to siphon their energy and get an idea of who they are so that you can control them in the system so that they can be an easier, malleable piece of clay for you to project anything onto, it just makes more sense that way to just put people in the right arenas. But what the system does is say, no, we need you to slow down for us so that we can probe your brain just so we can know how to control you in your field. We know which doctors to put above you and which ones to make gatekeep you so that you can't get through the door because we understand what your weak point is now. Okay? And sometimes these people will seem like they want to come and help you, but they're really working with your own people, your own folks, just to keep you down because they realize how much of an actual sensation you really are. And I feel like that's what I've experienced most of my life, which is why people like that come on my live. Like that person. Hold on one second. Make you less able to pinpoint an attack and clear it out your energy. Right? You'll see people want to go through you and use you for their platform and tell you they own you and things like that when you don't just jump straight into the field. See, when I jumped straight into being a content creator, I was a great content creator. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Everything was amazing. It was great. It was beautiful. It was like I was going 1.5 million viral alone. Like with me, my son, and my brother, we was just chilling. I was alongside a wonderful woman and a few of my clients, of course, too, a few Jamaicans, things like that. And, I'm like, this video about to go viral. And it did. And this is long before I met the person I used to talk to, right? I was just straight up in the field doing my thing. Like, it was like, it made sense. It wasn't until I started getting around other people, other communities, that started to notice the light in me, which I guess was my son and me shining together, because me and my son was just locked in like this. Plus, I had Jamaican relatives, and y'all know Usain Bolt is one of the fastest runners, so I guess something in that realm of things, right? People just started seeing us and just would just sought us out and then bully us and like put us on like the pedestal to just talk crap. And I'm just like, dang, what about everybody else in the room? What y'all got going on? Like, hold on, y'all all y'all staring at me like, what's up with y'all? Like, so it's just weird because I got trolled yesterday in the physical realm when I was awake, right? By the person I talked to. But then when I went to sleep, the spiritual person that I supposedly am supposed to be aligned and talking to was like trying to do the same thing, like trying to talk to other girls in front of my face and troll me, but then like try to act like he wanted to kiss on me. It's just the weirdest thing. To be getting trolled in multiple dimensions, you gotta be some kind of powerful to be getting trolled in multiple dimensions. There's something about me that got people trolling me in multiple dimensions. And it's just like, y'all gotta quit it. Like, seriously, us women just simply want to be single, make our money, mind our business. If you want to be the man of our dreams and in our life, just come up and pull through and just, every time you call, come get you, all that good stuff. Just come through. But all of that weird stuff, like, I want to pull up on you, but then you don't pull up. I want to love you, but then you beating on people. I want to support you, but I want you under a rock where nobody can see you. It's just, it gives. Why do you have white people hair? What about my hair is white? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Anyway, so you just learn that people just simply come with the intention to kill, steal, murder, and destroy. And once you finally figure that part out about life, you're like, oh, I see why you hate yourself. I get it. You don't believe you can do it, so you want to project your pain onto me. You don't believe that you can push through it, so you want me to believe that I can't. Or you've already done it and you see how easy it's been for me to get through things that it took you years to get through. So you want to push me back and make me take as much time as you. I'm not taking 10 years to become the best content creator. I'm not doing that. No. No. We're not going to do it like that. Like, absolutely not. I just heard him telepathically say, why not? Because I don't need to. Because I don't have the skill set that I have. I don't have to take 10 years. Like, I'm spiritual and telepathic. I don't need to take 10 years to do nothing if I can learn how to do it in one. We don't need people to be going to college for 25 years to get a damn stamp next to their name to do a job that they can learn how to do in 6 months over the summer. It just makes no sense. It's like, and it's no disrespect to my brother and my sister who both getting their master's degrees. No disrespect to my brother who has his bachelor's degree. No disrespect to my aunt that has a nursing and my grandfather has a college degree. No disrespect to all of these people in my family who have those pieces of paper, or anyone in general who has those pieces of paper. Even me, I have a license to do cosmetology. That took me a few months, a few years to get. And there's things that I know that the average stylist on YouTube that just learn how to do it off the boop, 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 boop. Like, I'm like, dang, well, she ain't even got her license. I had to do my 1,600 hours and pass state board. I get that feeling. I've been in that position. I understand how you feel as a person who has a college degree or has this position, and you feel someone coming into your field in your realm and they just overshadowing you and they didn't put in the work. Guess the fuck what? They were meant to. They're just naturally gifted and talented. And we shouldn't have up all these damn gates to keep people slowed down when we have a shortage of employees and we tired anyway. Employ them people. Like, if you have the position to, make them a part of your team. Add them into your roster. But to compete with them and try to snuff them out is the dumbest shit. Like, the dude, he was like, oh, you was with so-and-so yesterday? Well, I was with him. I'm like, okay, and I reached out to him to do content. I want to make content. The idea that I had to make content, you didn't want to support. So I want to go to somebody who wants to support it. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, what's the problem? If you didn't want to support the idea and somebody else says, yeah, sure, I'll do the content with you, and we make the content. So it's like people really like, America wants to keep putting up these borders to keep people empowered that they've been elected positions, which I'm like, you getting paid you're a gatekeeper or something, because how is it? Oh, well, he's underneath me. He be hit me up and paying me $50 to give him ideas. I'm like, that's so funny because he literally made a whole entire video about how why don't grown men have $50 to take a girl out on a date? But he paying you $50 to give him idea. He got his own yeah. I'm not one to point out the obvious, but I'm just like, but that's not the point. The point that I'm making is if he is a person who's in his position, he's like, I do the content with you. Yeah, this is how we do it. And it's a peaceful, smooth experience where we just get it done, content get it done. We post it, everybody repost each other, tag each other in the content, and then we move on with life and then shit goes up. Whatever it goes, 500,000, 200,000, 1.2 million, whatever it goes up and we keep working at it and it just keeps expanding and growing and everyone involved gets revenue from it. I mean, I don't see how that person is a bad person, but this person who's been blocking somebody who knows they have the potential and only using their energy and their potential to help them grow, bashing him for it, making him feel small through the whole entire experience, which is literally the experience of college versus a trade. And in the game of life on the board game, you get the idea to choose, do I want to go to college or do I want to go to a trade? And most people who go through the trade, they end up not getting the same debt that the person who goes to college gets. So when they have the kids and everything else, when random things pop up, the person who has a trade has more money. Even though they made less money initially, they have more money because they've been saving it instead of paying back student loans. So my proposition is to America, why don't y'all just straight up put people straight into positions that they belong in? Instead of trying to get them to train through these buildings that we don't even need to be building. Like, fuck the whole college campus. Tear that shit down or turn that shit into an apartment complex. It's homeless people outside. Most college students got places to live. They got parents and families that would love to have them back home. But we got homeless people everywhere. I mean, we still got a whole bunch of Airbnbs that's also like empty too. I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong. I love me some college. You know, I went to hair school. I got my security clearance for doing security. I got, you know, license to register to shoot a gun, all that good stuff. I get why certain things need paperwork. Certain things, like having a gun and knowing how to fire it. I get all that. However, I also understand that there's people who need opportunities and people who need jobs, and also understand that we have shortages of these jobs. So for us to keep trying to focus on a problem versus a solution for any aspect in life, whether it be your relationship, your friendships, your courtships, whatever it is, continuing to focus on problems and making more problems instead of just making solutions so that people can grow, build, and become the best versions of them, I think that shit is weak. And I think that America don't really want to be great again. They just keep saying that they want to, but they still a bunch of motherfuckers that want people to suck patriarchy's dick, and that shit is bullshit. Mm. Had to jump real quick because Lord the day. Lord the day. All right. I'm sorry. I had to go clean some stuff up. But I appreciate y'all being here and staying tuned for the message. It didn't go viral today, but hopefully somebody hears this message tomorrow or next month and understands the validity of it. America be putting up too many gates. For absolutely no reason. Just be a good person and just share the knowledge, share the wealth. Like legitimately share it. Like don't just get the check and then like everybody that helped you get the check, you just be like looking at them and then asking them for their money. If somebody help you run up a bag, they need a cut of your bag. Not the whole bag, though. We just need to become better humans. That's really it. I'm not the best, and I still fall short, and I will whoop a nigga's ass if I feel like you putting your hands on me, you trying to hold me back on purpose, and I ain't do nothing to you. Or if you trying to lock me in a position with a person that I'm not supposed to be locked down with, when you know damn well that ain't got nothing to do with what I got going on, like me and cuz ain't got, that ain't us, and we really supposed to be doing A, B, and C, X, Y, Z, and y'all over there doing Z, Y, X, A. You know what I'm saying? Like, push people through that need to get pushed through so that shit can just happen, because shit just be in the way. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull like 5 cards and then we out of here. Shout out to Intuitive Kev with the Kipper-ish Oracle deck. Y'all go ahead and purchase y'all some decks from over there. Oh, look at that. That shit flew out immediately. What's the first card? Mentally and emotionally unstable. Yeah, they want you mentally and emotionally unstable. With, look, sending death threats and emotional pain because of endings. They're thieves. The ancestors got your back, though. And the legal system. Because of your occupation that you're supposed to have with your gifts. Your high honor. Simple as that. Like, these people be thinking that they getting away with doing stupid shit. Like, Shorty was saying, I don't know that. Like, she liked working with this nigga. She liked working with my ex to, like, make me small so that I could, like, make her feel better about herself. And I'm just looking at her like, no. Absolutely the fuck not. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Change will work for you. Because people just be, like, losing their shit. Like, really be thinking, like, you see somebody naturally get gifted at something and you try to, yeah, moving on, because this is ghetto. Like, every time I get right here, I'm about to break through, call. What are you doing? I need to come see you. I need to break that shit down. Yeah, all my phones is dead. All your phones? Well, why the fuck did you possess 5 people in my neighborhood? Why did you possess these people? Why are you calling people your phones? Like, let a nigga break through. I'm sitting here, baby, can you hear my call? Look, see, fucking up my note. Is it loud enough? Baby, can you hear my call? You see that? It's something in there that's trying to block it. I see it now. Yep, there you go, right there. I found it. Hold on. I gotta clear this. Sometimes you actually do better without somebody trying to dick you down. Because they going through something. Families in the way. I'm taking down. Doing in. I'm taking it down. Doing in. Family is concerned because that you found out what was going on about this false narrative, okay? Which caused you to have an achievement. So I'm about to go finish clearing out my energy. I might do another reading before the end of the day. I got to go get my son over to school. I'll talk to y'all in a little bit later. Hopefully y'all had a good one. Y'all learned something today. And we start thinking about how we can train each other to learn how to do certain things on the spot versus making people go through 5 years of college. Thinking that subject, like, just teach people. Like, stop gatekeeping and just teach people. Like, seriously. Like, just... You know how simple that was to just do that? Like, I know how to do that. And I know how to, I can do that. But like, why not just teach people how to do that instead of being the person that's like trying to stop somebody from doing something? It's really, really like lame. Okay. All right, you guys, I love y'all. Y'all have a good one. Y'all be easy. And remember, here on this platform, you are heard, seen, and loved. Remember to always have peace, love, hair grease, and everything in between, because these are your tools in your body to help you manifest your dreams. Don't let nobody take advantage of you. Hold on, little. This little boy's in my face. I need to push him off of me. Oh, before we go, word of the day. Stand. Oh, perfect timing for this one. Earnestly remember the former things which I did of old, for I am God and there is no one else. I am God and there is none like me, declaring the end and the result from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure and purpose. Isaiah 49:9-10. There may be times when it seems that you cannot go forward, but at least you do not have to go backwards. You may know how to forge ahead, but you can stand firmly on what you know of God. Instead of passively yielding to the enemy, you can say, this is the ground I have gained and I'm not giving it up, devil. You are not driving me back into that hole that God pulled me out of. I'm going to stand strong in power of God, in the power of God, until he delivers me. And that's it. Like, God took me up to this platform right here. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't no spell work. It wasn't no juju. I just learned how to breathe, brace my diaphragm, brace my solar plexus, like brace myself. Proper breathing techniques. That's not spell work. You're supposed to brace your diaphragm. You're supposed to breathe in your diaphragm and your this is quick lesson. When you breathe in, your diaphragm is supposed to go down and expand because your lungs are expanding. So the diaphragm comes down. The diaphragm is this muscle that keeps all your guts up out of your intestines. The muscle that goes in the whole entire rib cage, all of that. It goes down, as well as the muscles around your butthole and your gooch or your V hole for women. So when you breathe in, it drops. So, right? So sometimes you got to force it to do the right thing because people can send energy to make it do the wrong thing. So you breathe in and then you breathe out and it contracts at the same time. And then you have to grasp it. And when you get it tight enough, you don't have to let it go. And that's how you keep your vibrations high. There's physical work that goes with being spiritual. It's not just all a spiritual experience. It's muscle work. It's electricity that goes through your nerves and your spine throughout these experiences. Okay? So, yeah. Be mindful of that. I'll talk to you later, though. Peace. Have a good one. Talk to y'all.